Empress of India. The first war of Indian independence in 1857 was more than 3 decades away. However, large tracts of land has already come under the control of East India Company. The counter between the British and the local population had begun to influence various aspects of society. Subrow's report shows the kind of questions and debates about the education system. He not only re-examined pedagogic practice but also explores new and emerging concepts of knowledge. Some of these debates find the way into the TB Macaulay's minute of 2nd of on February 1835. Macaulay too was participating in the debate on Indian education. More particularly, he was advocating the prominence of English in India against the Orientalists' demand for classical Indian language. We have also discussed about Macaulay's minute yesterday. Macaulay's minute is a meeting which is done with the Britishers and our some of the Indian people, like I said, who was there, like Raja Rao was there, right? Raja Rao Mohan Rai was there, and Mulk Raj Anand was there. They combiningly with the Subrao, also the Subrao was also there. They all collectively went for the meeting and they have a like a war there for the education side. They were not, it was not so easily to give the permission. Okay, like the permission, like to have the opening of the English media schools. So when there was a debate, they gone through, and in this meeting, the meeting held, the debate got success, and finally, they have given the yes permission to have the English medium schools in our country. Okay, so this is Subrow's report, a very small content of it. In detail, if you go, and its background is also there, how it began. The period in 1813 and 1835 is an important period of history of Indian education. Through the British Parliament in its character of 1813 set apart a lakhs of rupees for receiving Indian literature and the prominent scientific knowledge, very little efforts were made in this direction. But the period witnessed of debates and relative importance of Oriental and Western system of knowledge and science and literature. Books on this history of Indian education trace the beginning of English education in India to Raja Rao Mohan Roy. Letter of education traced the beginning of English education in India to uh, Mohan Roy on 12th December 1823 to the Governor General of India, urging him to take steps for its introduction in India. But very little is known about the letter. Venklanti Subrao report on 7th August 1820 to the Secretary of Madras School Book Society about the condition of education in Madras Presidency. More than 3 years preceding Rajarao Mohan Roy's letter, others' efforts followed, including the Sir Thomas Munro, Governor of the Madras Presidency, to assess the state of education in all the districts. It's interesting to note that reports from districts reveal efforts on the part of colonial administration to devise some methods to improve moral characters of the native and to suggest ways to stop the system of fraud, bribery, and corruption of the revenue servants and secure the cooperation of Indian elite classes in this direction. So this was the concept. He want to make like stop like bribery, corruption, like revenue servants and all. This all were going on in some like wrong direction. Then all he want to make stop at level and began some new society, began some new type of life in the society like he want to. So then he has report what about the report they have given here, like what they have written in the report, that is also written here in the report. Subrao, who was Subrao? Who was Subrao? From where he came? That also you need to know. So who was Subrao? Subrao was a
Rao was
Telugu
the
Brahmin. Who was Subrao? He was a Telugu Brahmin and a native of Ongole in Madras Presidency. This first you have to, when you are going to write about the Subrao's report, you have to write the year when he began, the period when he began for the Indian history education. That was the period of 1813. He started, okay, in the 1813, the period of 1813, he started for the education side, he began to have like in English medium schools. And before and after that, if you want to write the details when from where did he came and who was he, and that details are also here. And he was a Brahmin, a native of Ongole in the Madras Presidency, served the British government as translator and interpreter for 26 years at the various places in South India, and won the appreciation of all his supervisors for his mastery of different languages and hard work and commitment. He served as a member of Madras School Book Society. He wrote his autobiography in 1839 and it was published after his death on his by his son in 1873. This is the first valuable full-length autobiography to be published by an Indian in the English through Srinivasa Iyer, Karet's Rajarau's autobiographical sketch of 1833 in the form of letter of having started the tradition of Indian leaders writing contains a report be submitted to the Madras School Book Society in 1820 on the condition of education in schools in Madras Presidency. He recommendations for its uh, improvement. The report was published in the book entitled The First Report of Madras School Book Society for the year 1823. So here, his detail is given like he was one of the Secretary General of the Committee of the British Council. You know, there were the members working in the British under the British. So he was also one of the member. He worked under the British Council, and when he worked under the British Council, he has decided that some or the other improvement has to bring for the society. From his side, he worked like to give some change in the society. For that, he also given some his ideas to improve and develop our society from the education side. So what happened in the night? This was the 18th century, and in the 19th century, what happened here? According to the report, reading formed an important part of education of the people. Reading then seemed to have met the general fluency in reading books. Even this was considered a great qualification of prospective bridegroom. Subro says that those days uh, was person's ability to read did not mean he understood the meaning. He's quick to add that even in teaching at the early stage of learning to the students not being taught grammar and improper in teaching at the early stages of learning the students teaching of morals as well. He says that in such situations students used to learn more knowledge of the language after leaving the school when they actually started working. So he not only he said that he not only the reading is the main part, they have to have understood the part of language. So only language is not reading and writing. His impression like showing on to understand the grammar also. The grammar is the thing where you can understand that when you speak, when you write, the different things are there in speaking. The grammatical mistakes are not are find it out when you write. There also some grammatical things are there. So he want to emphasize the grammar as well. Not only reading English, understanding also is very must. And the state of education, Rao says that students would study up the age of 10 or 11 and usually enter their family profession. He also says that the education offered was inconsistent with the professional practice by various families. In this content, he comments that those days general mode of education used to be same for boys of all caste
This is
indiscriminately.
for what now?
So what he's
No,
saying
this
here,
I know how to take. No,
discrimination should not be there.
you tell me for what. I know this is all for you. This is for BP. Yes. Huh? This is for the sugar. Yes.
He also
Morning,
points to
morning this
the
one,
fact that
night this
even
one.
in this
Morning this
province,
one,
the
night this one.
presidency, there
After
was
nothing.
not a
Night
village
this
that
one.
did not have a school.
Cholesterol. Cholesterol night. Ah.
The students were
Acha. This
taught
is diabetes
accounts,
this
but
is diabetes
even
or cholesterol?
this was
Diabetes
not.
or cholesterol?
Excuse me, someone's
It's called
mic is
diabetes with
open. Please
cholesterol.
unmute it. Someone is unmuted. Please
Okay.
mute it down. I
But you
don't
must
know
know
who.
when to
I
take.
know.
So no, you can't take two times. So we have to take care.
Morning and night I'll take.
Please mute your phone, no?
I am only taking.
You only take.
I only taking because Aryan, he doesn't know the
Excuse me.
means. Sometimes he gives
Mildred, please
not
mute.
feeling well, like we are feeling, no?
Can you
So
mute
that
it?
she only will come.
It's
We'll
disturbing.
see to the prescription and this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Come on,
Okay.
come sit here. You want to watch some movie or something?
Please.
Never mind, Medical. You do your work.
Classes are going on. I'll have some
Student,
tea
who
class.
is he? Please make that student to have it mute the phone. If they are not listening, give a message to that
I'm really
particular.
sorry if my phone was on. Please forgive me if it was on.
That's what it was
Sorry
disturbing.
about.
No? Okay. We are saying, but unable to listen. Okay. Let us move forward. Okay. So here the report significance are there. The significance of the reports are written in 1820. In the document, the natives' observations on education 15 years before the well-known Macaulay Minute on Indian education as anticipates invitates regarding English education by Raja Ram Mohan Rai and Sir Thomas Munro. The period between 1820 and 1835 is important in the content of debates on Indian education. There are historical records pointing to the different districts of Madras presidency, particularly with reference to proper education and moral instructions of young men from the elite class and the Hindus and the Sunnis among the Muslims, both of whom were involved in secular provision.
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt you, but we had a talk. We had a question that came up for us in the exam, the assignment. It was write a short note on Subrao's report.
Yes. So
So,
here, if you are following your textbook, see what I say is that a textbook is very easy for you. If you are following any material, I don't know any kind of material because we follow only the materials. This text, what is given from the university, from the Ambedkar, B.R. Ambedkar University, say there everything they have given up in the very easy language, in a very easy understanding way also. So you can answer everything from the text itself. The
yes,
text is giving you a very very fine idea, very, like you say, the understanding easy language is there. So whatever the questions are given in the assignments, if you focus on it, it is very easy for you to write down, or you want to learn, you understand, go from this only. All the questions whichever you are want to read or write, this is a very good guide to you. No other, I cannot say like follow this and that. This is a very easy one, and we are following, and we are giving only this for the students to follow. We cannot say any others. Why? Because when the university has given us, why we follow other things? So I cannot say any other things. Even I don't follow any. I'm following the text, and I say the same to you, to follow the textbook itself. No other easy materials are there than this. Okay, so there, if you want to check each and every side heads they have given and explain what kind of question they are giving you, you will be getting with the side heading in the text. When you go that, the question from the side head, you follow
I
that. And Sarita, mute the phone, please. Okay. So whatever the questions are there, please solve from the text itself. So small, what you said, the question was?
Subbarao's report.
Subrow's report. You can see that the Subrow's report they have given here in the textbook. And if you take it down, small like stanza wise also, whatever, if you take all overall just an idea about the total lesson, you'll get from different topics, different points, some important things. So if you gather not only from the one particular heading, if you read some two or three different headings, you'll get some different topics connected with it only. You can collect and present there as well.
Very
Report
true.
is also given there. I am saying like only the report which is given over there is not the main thing to write. I am saying the other things are also given from the report itself. You can take some other points also add into the report so that the answer looks very larger point and informations are much and more, so that you can get the good marks. Don't follow the only report what is given over there. You go with the overall idea of the lesson. Anything which is getting more importance from your side, you can add into it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay. So when you are writing the answer, as I said, give the introduction of that particular thing. If you are writing the report, Subrow's introduction is very must there. You start with the introduction. What is the introduction? His name and like his background. Who was he? Where he born? Like we all just now we have heard. Okay, that you take into the introduction part. When you introduction, we have given uh, like uh, uh, 8 to 10 lines, and then it becomes very attractive and underline that things when you are writing. Highlight it. Okay, when you highlight, it looks very attractive when the one the lecturer or the professor who is correcting your paper, they will give you some extra level marks, like not only giving from 25 out of only 20 15, they'll give 15 last, I think so. So not to get only 15, to increase level to 20, you just highlight and don't use the colors only. Black and blue, two colors are enough to use. Don't go for the colors like that. You're showing like any kiddish way. Okay, next we'll move.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, the Subrow's report here. Let us conclude this. Now, the Subrow's report, which explains the condition of education during his time in the Madras presidency and the recommendations of the improvements. The letter Subrow's wrote the Secretary of Madras School Book Society was published in the book in 1823 by the society. The letter was published in 1873 in Subrow's autobiography, the first autobiography to be written by the Indian in English. During the education, Subrow's time education was understood as merry reading simply mean ability on the report of student to read fluently. There was no attempt to understand the meaning of what was being read. There was no attempt to teach grammar. Students, those would study up the age of 10 or 11 and enter their family profession. Education received had nothing to do with the profession they practiced. Though the students were taught accounts, morals, there was no efforts on them understand them. The statement about education of girls reveals that girls from respectable caste did not receive any education during Subrow's time. But it should be noticed that Subrow actually uses dancing girls without reference to any caste, though we know that they beyond to be distinct caste. Subrow says that schoolmasters used to get more pay when there were less number of schools. Probably the few who would afford to send their children to school earlier were able to spend more money. Opening up schools to all castes and in all villages will no longer make teaching an exclusive occupation. Obviously, people from lower caste could not afford to pay much as the upper caste. Subro's statement probably suggests that he was not too happy with the uh, democratization. Teaching of Indian language and English mainly stress on the students' ability to read fluently. There was no attempt to teach them grammar, which would have made them learn the correct use of language, though they were have grammar books in the Indian language. They were not used in the schools. Very few of them, the native English teachers, had any knowledge of English grammar. So this was the Subroff's report where the important topics I have covered up, like how did he fought, how he represented the letter to the Secretary General, the British Secretary General there through her, and he recommended for the English medium to begin in our society in 18th century. In the ending of the 18th century, he has started the argument there, and it has finalized and began in the beginning of the 19th century. We have seen that the startups of the English medium schools has seen in the society in the some of the areas. So this is the Subrow's report, and he collectively worked with Raja Rao Mohan Roy. Don't forget to write this name. He collected and made hands or shake hands with Mohan Roy and completed his report there. Okay, this is about the Subrow's report. This was the first unit we have done. Now next is T.B. Macaulay. And here T.B. Macaulay is the second unit. This is also regarding the education. And Macaulay is also one of the person who was there, helped our country to have the education on the better side, on the improving some of the levels to the education side. What he has done, that also is an important question. It will ask you write about the Macaulay's minute. The question comes like write about the Macaulay's minute here.
Yes,
The
ma'am. This
Macaulay's minute.
question came
This
last year also, ma'am. In
last year
Macaulay.
also it was there. Huh? I don't
Oh,
know. I
yes.
didn't.
Macaulay.
Okay. The Macaulay's minute, I think you know about it.
Yes. But
So not.
you can just give a brief, no, ma'am, for
Yeah,
time.
that's what I am saying here. Not in detail, just with a short, like in a brief, I'll go. Only important topics, whatever it is given here, according to the text, I'll go a small brief like. Macaulay's Minute is a response to the debate between the Anglist and the Orientalist in the 19th century. As just we have discussed about the ending of the 18th century and beginning of the 19th century, the same they have given here in the Macaulay's Minute. That is the beginning of the 19th century where the English medium has set up. Okay, they were the beginning of the time when the English medium schools have launched. Implementation has came, and they began to teach the English medium schools here in our some of the developed areas in the also in the rural areas. So that is all given over here in the Macaulay's Minute. The 19th century regarding the relative importance of Indian language, the Arabic and Sanskrit and English for the promotion of literature and science in India. While the Anglicists favored the use of English for this purpose, the Orientalists advocated the use of Arabic and Sanskrit. So there were not only, like I said, Hindi, Telugu, English, also the Sanskrit language was there, and Sanskrit also read by the people in that time. Macaulay feels that the provision of the Act of 1813 has been ministered because there was no mention in the Act of the promotion of any specific language or science. He is uh, he is of the opinion that it was due to the misinterpretation of the Act that a huge sum of money, a lakh rupees, was being spent even year for the promotion of Arabic and Sanskrit. So they also started not only the Urdu, Arabic. Arabic is again the different. Urdu is one language and Arabic is different for the Muslims. I think if the Muslims are there, Urdu is a reading language for them, and Arabic like their God language. How we go Sanskrit as our Ramayana, Mahabharata, whatever the shlokas are there, that is given over here in Sanskrit for the Hindus, and for the Muslims, Arabic is the one which they read their holy book, I think so. If anyone is there, am I correct?
Right, ma'am,
Anyone
you're
is
right.
there? Okay. So that is the Arabic language they have also launched because to have read their holy books, and Sanskrit for the Hindus to read their holy books, the shlokas, the mantras, which is all over given here. For that they have began to learn there. They also implemented there phrases such as any part of the construction and made to bear meaning which has been assigned indicated that there was an attempt to deliberately misinterpret the provision of act. England and India are two countries Macaulay compares where he mentioned poetry, philosophy, and science in the content of England. He mentions only the scared books of Hindu with reference in India. Macaulay is trying to establish the unsuitability of Indian language for the promotion of the knowledge of literature and science in India. By using expression like all parties seems to agree and admitted on all sides, Macaulay is trying to make it appear as if there is a general agreement about the unsuitability of Arabic and Sanskrit for this purpose. Macaulay draws on the support of members on the committee who supported the study of Arabic and Sanskrit as also the Orientalists. The establishment uh, of the intrinsic superiority of Western literature over Indian literature, which both of them accept and help them strengthen his argument against spending a lakh of rupees every year for the promotion of Indian language. Macaulay concludes that Indian cannot be educated by means of their mother tongue. So here, Indian is not having, all the Indians are not having only singular mother tongue. We have different according to our region, according to our area. So he said that according to the region and area, at least we should have three language must in a school, as we have read till SSC, Hindi, Telugu, and English. That is uh, more languages, not only one language. Regional languages are different. For that, he has extended the number of languages, that is three languages compulsory in the school. And after some time, after the Maculay's minute, after the Subra's report, when they passed on, when they succeed in their argument, the fourth language also integrated or implemented there, that was English. And after some time, it was not only the language to read, it has became the medium, like it's became a media of instruction, that is medium, like the medium of instruction was different at the time of the beginning of education, and after the education began after some of the years, and it began to have the English medium in instruction. The medium of instruction means what the medium you read, that is English. They have implemented the English medium schools. Okay, this is about the Machilles minute. What he has done, Macaulay has wanted to start not only this languages, and he also requested to have Arabic and Sanskrit language as well in the school to be learned for the people there, for the students there. This was about the Machilles minute. Okay, Machilles minute is there. We have done this. I think Machilles minute you have already written there, and the act is also given. What was the interpretation of act of Machilles minute in 1813 by specifying the year? Also they can ask. Sometimes they specify the year like 1813 act. Write the act 1813 of Machilles minute. Like this type of question also will be coming in the examination. So
Yes, ma'am, that's
1813.
how it came last time. Last time, lots
Yeah,
of only the numbers came.
yeah, numbers are
That's
just
when there's
nothing.
confusion for
There
me.
is no change in the answer. Just they will confuse you by giving the number. The
Yes,
number is
all
only
the
the
questions
beginning.
came in the form of numbers only.
Numbers are
So,
there given. They're given over here is the number only, but overall the answer is same. Whatever the explanation, what you are learning there, there is no changing of numbers again here. What they say is the beginning of the time, and you have to remember the end of the time. Like the beginning time was 1813, and the ending of the time was 1835. So between this, all the argument session was going on. There's Britishers. They were just denying to take. They were not accepting like to implementation of the languages in the schools and all. So this is all the period of arguments, and the people who were argument in this session is I have said Mohan Roy, and one of the different man. mm one more man is also mentioned here. Like Macaulay is also there, and Subroy is also there, and one more, a foreigner is also there who accepted the Indian people to launch the English language in our country. His name is also there somewhere. Uh, if I read it, I can understand the name there. Somewhere I have underlined, but it's not getting. If I read, I think I'll get it. That is Thomas Munaro. He's the one who accepted that the Indian also has to learn the language, what that is English. They also should get the chance to have English as a language in the schools. So you don't remember to mention the name like Thomas Munaro. He's also the one who helped in the session, in the argument, like the people has to go on with the English in the schools. These the names are important to mention. The year is also they have given up. When the report has started, the letter with the letter they have started the report. How they have started that? First they have argued. So when the argument is going on, there was no mentioning the year there. Okay. So when the letter has been written, the letter's year they have mentioned here is 1820. Okay, you can write the number 1820. 18th century. 1820 was a significant uh, letter written the document in the document type to the Britishers to start, and it was in the Madras and written to the Madras school there. That also you can write here. And where he has given to the Tehsildar and district level, the Training Institute of Presidency. This is also you can mention. In 1820 was also the period where Thomas Munaro initiated the step to start the school at the Tehsildari and the district level and the Training Institute in the Presidency. Thomas Munaro, this Subrao, these all are connected. See the lessons they have given differently. This lesson 1 is about Subrao's report, and the lesson 2 is Maculay's minute. But when you read, they both come here and there. The names are matched. In the Subrao's report, Raja Rao will be mentioned, but in Maculay's minute, you can see Maculay's minute, the Subrao's name also somewhere, and also you can see the name of Raja Rao, right? And Thomas Munaro, you write in only Subrao's report.
Now, ma'am, as far as both Macaulay and Subra, now
Yes.
these we are a bit very quite clear with after you explaining. But now going forward, with like talking about whether it is Torudat or with the what should I say, everybody, ma'am, in process, whether it's Papai
Yeah.
Satyanandan,
Okay.
everybody, ma'am.
Yeah.
Will they be giving us dates like this way, or will they ask us direct questions relating to the topics?
No, no. For that, as you said, that questions of Toru Dutt and then Saguna's lesson you asked, for that they have written some novel type and their autobiographies has written. Okay. For that, they won't mention any year in the question. That is
Be
their
that
question.
tricky like last year.
Okay, but for them, the stories in that is the story type they have you have to write. No, what is the incident they have met in the reality in their life? So there you just mention in the introduction part, like she was from so and so period. She born in so and so period where there was no education. Like
Okay,
girl
okay.
education. I mean to say no education means girl education. Okay.
Yes,
So
female.
where there was no education at that time she born, And when she born up, the parents didn't deny them to have an education girl side. Like some of the parents are like qualified like education side, so they won't like go according to the society. They go across to the like inverse to the society. They felt that why we should not have an education to our children. Forcibly, they have given education to their girls. Girl child also can read and write. Their idea was there in the parents' mind. So there, you should not have to mention the time as you said. You just mention their date of birth and all, at what period they have born in the century. Like if not exactly the year, like as you
So
said, 18.
the questions that can come up would be like the writers of that particular time,
Okay,
or
okay.
in that particular pre-independence,
Yes, yes.
post-independence. Those
Pre
kind of
and
questions
post.
can come up, right?
Yeah, yeah. Pre and
Um,
post independence they can come up, but they are pre independence only, not the post.
okay, okay, okay.
They
Thank
are
you.
pre independence only. Okay. This Torudas, as you said, she is also pre-independence
So I think you'll go
writer.
step by step. I think you're going step
Yeah,
by step.
the
Okay, no worries.
step by step they are going according to the period and time only. So if you go in detail, there your all the questions will be itself answered when you go in detail. So the next is Torudat only, and Torudat is a again writer. In the very early age, she started writing. And who is here? Torudat. First introduction of the Torudat. If you go, she is an Indian woman.
Macaulay, ma'am,
Okay,
you
Torudat
finished
was
with.
born in
Okay.
Calcutta. She was a Bengali family background, like okay. Torudat is born in a Calcutta family, right? And her date of birth is mentioned here. They have not given any here, but I have find it out, and I'm saying you. Somewhere she is born in 1856 to 60, and expired in the year like 1877 or between 1881 they are showing here. But she was like unnatural that she expired in the early age, that is 21 years only she was there. The lifespan was very less of her Toruda. Okay,
24,
so
21 years, I think she passed away.
yeah, 21 years only. So specifically, the dates are not given here, but you can write as 1856 or 1860 somewhere and count down from there, and 27 year, whatever the ending date you are getting there, that you can mention. So what I'm deciding to do, give you here is 1860 you take down as an exactly date of birth, and the date of death is 1881 you can express there. You can write it down. Okay, these are the counting very easily 21 years. Okay, so she is a Calcutta, born in Calcutta, and Bengali background. Like his father was a linguistic and mother was a translator. But they suddenly, after the marriage, the father changed into the Christianity, into the Christian family. He has changed himself, his father.
Number of people that are here, beginning with Raja Rao, Ambedkar,
Yeah.
Krupabai Satyanardan, and everybody.
Yes.
We'll be studying about every one of them, but there'll be only like two writers or three writers, four writers, they'll maximum they'll be in a map, who will be like
Yes.
most, they'll give us in the exam, like
Yes. Yes. Yes.
two,
And
three, like, no, maybe
yeah,
four.
main people only. As you said,
Yes.
Raja Rao's history also can be asked again. Write about the struggles of Raja Rao Mohan Rai. How did he?
Why, ma'am? Why will Raja Rao come, ma'am? Raja Rao Mohan?
Raja Rao is Mohan only given this. Raja Rao they have not given. Raja Rao Mohan Rao only given. No? Only
No,
Raja
ma'am.
Rao.
Yes, ma'am.
Raja Rao given. Huh? Raja Rao Mohan is given, ma. Raja Rao Mohan Rao only given.
Ma'am, it was not Raja
He
Rao
worked
Mohan.
for Sati system as well.
Ah,
I forgot to say.
no,
I
no, no
forgot to
worries.
say.
No worries,
Uh,
ma'am, with us.
oh, Raja Ram Mohan Roy, he also worked for the sati system. I forgot to say in that time when I was there back and was saying about it is not given over here, but I think you have an idea about Rao's what work he has done.
PM.
He has
Yes,
removed the sati system from the
yes.
society as the girl was in the very young age. But first of all, getting married with a very strong to double triple age of man and getting he will die so soon after the marriage, and the girl with the small children or sometimes no children also, she has to lead the life. How she can lead the life? So she should not have any suffering from the society. That is his reason. And the girl used to burn with the husband there itself. So why this should happen? If the husband is dying, the husband is not burned. Otherwise, this is a wrong decision taken by the elders. So like that he decided why the husbands are not getting burned, why only she is getting. So we have to
Okay.
stop. Like he has done the sati system, like make it into the forward, and the burning has been stopped, and from that onwards only the girls has
Then they can be
get
about
an
Gandhiji's writings of Gandhiji.
yeah can
Gandhiji.
he's also there in that our content. Gandhiji's
Right.
writings are also there. So there he began the sati system, and also he has focused on the education. Why she has to sit at home without any knowledge and all. She has also fully rights to have an education side, and that he has worked in uh, by uh, by making a shaking the hands with the Subra of that. Right?
Okay.
That's Ram Mohan Rai.
Ma'am, I'm really sorry I'm interrupting you. Please forgive
No,
me.
no, no.
But my
You can,
question,
you can. That's your right.
no,
Yeah, we
no,
can't say
not my,
don't. Please, you don't ask questions. I cannot say like that.
no,
It's
my question would be like we have just about eight sub days. 2 days are gone. Now, talking about how would you be like, will you be talking only about the main writers or you'll be stressing on how will you complete the topics, like if you're going on, like today we finished off about Veena Lakunti and we finished off about Macaulay. Now, when will you be cover up? Like, how will you cover up, ma'am? What were the main topics you're going to take about within the next few days?
okay, but we have 8 days, I think so.
Yes, you
Like
have 8 days, so two
weekly
days
two
are
days
gone,
we
ma'am.
have. Yes, yes,
2 days are,
2 days we have, no?
yes,
So
2 days
what
are
I
gone.
decided is yes,
Ah,
2 days to happen. So in that one day,
ah,
my plan was to give like overall total unit uh, like introduction part, which is
okay,
over yesterday.
right.
And a small bit I have explained about this, whatever I have discussed about
Yes,
the education side. Main was the education
right.
and how the English importance of English in India,
Okay,
Indian writing in English in India. Thus we have done. And the upcoming days, like how many 6 days are remaining, I think so.
yes.
So in that 6 days, I want to cover up this.
Ah.
How many blocks? Four
Ma'am,
blocks
you're
are there.
talking about, we have these main writers now. Torudat,
Yes, yes,
Krupabai, Gujarapara,
yeah.
And then Ambedkar. So otherwise, are you going to just be specific about certain topics and you're just going to take us on that, whether Rabindranath Tagore or, Mulk Raj
No,
Anand,
no, no,
something?
no. What I do is, according to the blocks, I will go. According to the blocks only, and unit wise, what are their details and what that specifically given about them. That I go today. I want to finish. This is till Gurjada Apparo. This Ambedkar in the next unit I'll go up. So the remaining is what about the Torah that is there, and Krupabai Satyanand is there,
Uh,
and the Gurjada Apparo is there. If the time is there, what's the time?
it's
It's
only 6 minutes.
six. If
That's
in
it.
half an hour these three units are cover up, it's okay
Ma'am,
and
it's
fine.
5:54. At 6 o'clock, it's going to be another 6 minutes. So, what I'm saying is maybe today you'll talk about Gandhiji's writings or something which will might be important for us. And then talking about main for people like Gurjara Aparao is definitely there. Then Toru Dutt would be there because you know a little bit about these people who are very important. No, as
Yeah,
I read a lot of
the next hour topic is
yes,
about the Toru that only.
yes,
I'll go with Toru that,
okay.
and with Krupabai is also is not like she's
Yes,
also
ma'am.
a very
Explain in
much
short, ma'am,
female.
little
Yeah,
small stories, like in the small form of a story, what
uh,
exactly these people are about, what was their background. And so,
yeah.
we'll be able to, instead of completing the reading part of it, I'm just giving you my opinion. on behalf of every one of us. Like if you'll just tell us a short story about each of them so that, we'll be able to write about. But definitely
Okay.
we'll have to keep in mind two lines of their poems or what's good about their particular poem. Like Toru Dutt, you'll immediately connect with
Yes.
the casuarina tree or, a couple of her, about her,
Okay.
about her.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah? And
Okay.
Savitri for certain people. So then we'll talk about Rabindranath Tagore. He is very important for us.
Yes. Yes.
So
Of
if
course.
particularly because if we are going to sit like this, we're reading of all these things now. Half an hour is going off that way only, ma'am. If
That was yes. Yes. What is all here is the reading
just
here
take a
means
small,
this
since
reports
you
are
have the
important
topics
now.
with you,
So
you
the
have the
report is
topics,
important.
ma'am. You
Okay.
have the
Okay.
topics with you. Just make short stories and tell us of all about it.
Okay.
That will
Okay. Correct.
be very interesting, and we'll be able
Right.
to.
Right.
You'll do
Right.
justice. We'll do be able to write something for our exam.
Okay. In the short form, I'll go.
Yes.
Let us finish at least three more units now. This is in how much?
Yes,
In
ma'am. You
half an
can
hour
ask
span.
the other. If since you're reading, you can ask the others also. They are all there sitting there. Pratyusha and all. They all take very active part in the reading, and many others are there, ma'am. They're all of them are good readers. They'll complete you. Just tell them the page number. They'll tell.
Okay, like that you are saying.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
They'll also
If
you
I
can
say the page number, you want me to listen
they'll
from
read.
others.
They'll read,
Instead of
and then you
reading
can.
myself, okay,
Uh,
instead of reading from my side, you
yes. Then
want
you'll
me
get
to give the
interaction
work
by
to
them.
others, but
Interaction. No, that will be
yes,
interaction.
yes, yes.
Huh?
Okay.
Thank you,
Like
ma'am.
that, if you go, it's also easier. Let us
Yes.
now.
Yes. Thank you,
As
ma'am.
if you have any, okay, thank you for guiding me. A good idea given like let us give share the work half of you and me. So here any introduction part is given over here. Can you read the introduction of Torudat here?
Ladies,
Like I
please,
said that
anybody, sir, please go ahead.
specifically the year is not given. If you have a pen or pencil in your hands, you can write that the bond date here is I said 1860 to 1881. The remaining is up. You can go ahead, and then I'll explain you. Just read, leaving the year if any details about her family. If anybody want to read, just finish up. Anybody can read, including this. If you write with the pencil, 1860 to 1881, and add some lines about her. Who's going to read about the that? You know, if the text is there, it's in given in page 19.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes. Yeah,
Yeah, the details of Torudat.
yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Introduction. Yeah.
Yes,
Sarudat
ma'am.
was born into a cultured family in 1860. She had a father who was linguistic and a poet, and a mother who translated Blood of Jesus into Bengali. The family
Okay,
converted to Christianity in 1862, traveled in Europe, and finally returned to India in 1873.
good.
She had knowledge not only of English but of French as well.
Okay,
Her readings in French included Victor Hugo and the feminist novelist George Sand. A sheaf gleaned from French Fields 1876, published during her lifetime, consists of translations from French into English and also includes a poem by her in French. A Mon Fair. A desire to bring out something similar with respect to Sanskrit made her start reading Sanskrit, especially the Ramayana and the Mahabharata in the
Mahabharata.
original. Yes. But she
Right.
gave up reading in Sanskrit
Sanskrit.
in 1876. Yeah, can you
Good.
please explain this?
Okay, I think so. The introduction of the Toru that they have given the very large enlarged till the whole para. Instead of that, these are the informations more than enough. I think so. You know the number of languages what she has undergone through this, right? So she has the knowledge of Sanskrit as well. You can express that in your introduction part of Toru that. And Toru Dutt is a writer. She has given her the poetry which is given over here in our text is about as a woman poet. She is a woman poet and she has given the poetry of myths. Yes, myth here is truth, like which is reality which she has seen. So here the
Yes.
stanza by stanza about the woman like feminism only she has expressed there, how the strugglings they have done here. So when you see the page number 23, the poetry has began, though that was a Christian, as she was translated. Yet the Hindu myth seems she to have. So uh, here she has given about the race here. Collect a large sum of viruses, goodly hours must tea arise, may make devon friendly, full of love, intended to uh, good to the human race. This is about like caste and all she has discussed here in the passage there, and like how they have transformed, converted themselves from one religion to the other. That she has given over here there. And if you come to the next in page 24, as she said that to finish up quickly, I'm running to the next paragraph, next lines of the poetry here is: the master of wonders art instructs me the fairy archery, and but for a graceful heart that we will not grew to give the fee. So here they have given about the stanza is given about the story of, I think so, if you know the Ramayana and Mahabharata, it is connected from the Mahabharata, the Dronacharya, the Guru Dronacharya, and he was the Guru of Panch Pandavas. Okay, and he was making learn the archery to the Panch Pandavas there, and there was one of the poor, like you say, uh, one of the man who was from other, like you can say like a poor poverty line kind of a man. The name here is Eklavya, who can't pay much to him, and here Dronacharya was promised to give his education or knowledge to only to the king's sons, okay, the king's people and their family itself. Okay, so here Ekalavya first want to make like a teacher to Dronacharya to make learn archery there, but he denied there. So what he has done here by looking slowly from the backside of the trees, he learned archery. He learned so how perfectly like Arjuna. He was so perfect in the archery, without touching the hands, without touching the feet of the his guru Dronacharya. He became so perfect. So one day there was one like it's not given over there, but as you know, the Mahabharata they have given. So he learned archery, and when in some incident, he came in front of the Dronacharya, and Dronacharya, seeing him doing the archery so in the finest way, he asked like, "Who is your guru?" When he expressed the name of Dronacharya, he was shocked. And when he asked, like, when I did made you learn, when you became my student, no, no, I didn't taught you. So he said that I prepared your statue, and in front of your statue, what are the tricks you all given to that Pandavas? I used to hide and follow all the rules, and I have learned like this. And what he asked you, okay, you make me a guru, and you have learned the archery so finely, but I want your from Guru Dakshina from your side, like when you learn something, when the teachers are teaching you, you give something to them. Nowadays, it is not like asking any directly. We like pay our fees and all. They'll get somehow. So in that olden days, they used to ask something or the other, and whatever they were asking, that was fulfilled. Okay. So now he asked some of the Guru Dakshina to be given by uh, this Ekalavya to Dronacharya. So, in the very thinking in the different way, he asked his thumb to be given. He asked his thumb to be given, and he sacrificed his thumb without thinking here and there, as he was a very good student of him, and he totally believed in his education, and he has given the thumb, and from that time he couldn't do that archery side. So this was the like incident how he learned, and how he also like finished his education, and like sat down in his front of the guru there. This was the next stanza given over here. And the next, if you see the next in 25, they have given about the sacrifice of Sita, or the moments of Sita, like sad moments, how she has shared uh, in her family, or how she has gone through. in her timeline. It is an old story and the lay which has evoked Sita from the past. It is by a mother's son. They shed a last as melts pictures from the sight way. So here, uh, yeah, shall they dream of it until the day. So here they have given about the woman again in the pain. What the woman pain here is how she has suffered all his children in the when she was in with the Valmiki in the like you say in the foresty areas. So she has done every kind of work. She is a daughter of a king. She is a wife of a king. Okay, why she has to do any kind of work? But the time made her learn everything. The time learned her everything. The time made given every kind of work in front of her to do, and she didn't denied her or make herself back from all the things she has all faced there, and every kind of work whatever she has not done in her past also she has learned in the that situation in the present time. And she not shown by to anyone like she is a daughter or wife of king, and she has done every kind so fine way, like she has shown she is a lady first. She has not shown that she is a daughter of a king, or she's a wife of any king. Like, so she has learned many things and shown that how all the things can be varied, can be solved by a lady, by a woman. So woman can solve any kind of problematic things are there, very like laughingly, very like in the very finest way, that all she has shown here. And the Toru that is specifying the feminist, the gender here, how they have faced the problems by smilingly, by happily they have gone through every problem. Like, this is the story of the Sita they have given, how she has grown up the two sons there in that forest area. Okay, the pain of a woman she has shown here. Okay, this was the next stanza there, and I think here only the three incidents the Toru that has explained, want to explain here in this poetry. Yes, about the myth. Myth is all the truth which is given over in the holy books. So these are the three situations she has given over here to us. And if you can write there in the answer as these three incidents, then the answer becomes very enlarged in the 15 marks type of question. If they are asking, you can express all three incidents what she has given to the text part what they have given here in. Okay, three different things. This is about the Torudat, and she was a writer, and she has learned, she has done writing in very early age where the children could not make them up into the level also. It's a level of just laughing, enjoying, and just studying time. But she has learned so many things in the early age. Not only he learned, she also written, and she has given to us. This is one thing here. And the next, if you go, that is Saguna. One of the next unit lesson given by Kripa by Satyanand. So here, this is also a pre-independent story. You can say this is a pre-independent story when there was no education, no formal education for the girls. So in that period, she was born there, Saguna, and yes, so here Saguna's background and story is given over here. Saguna was the 14th, after the 14 siblings were there, and she was the younger of all in the family. And this is also a novel, first Indian novel, autobiographical novel given by Kripa by Satyanand. And how she has faced in the conditions in her family, that is given over here in this novel. So can anyone read it out, the details of her, like introduction part, Saguna? The introduction is given here at the page is 28. If this introduction is over, we move forward to the given story. No? Shall I? Okay. I myself will go on. This is the first Indian autobiographical novel given by Kripabai Satyanand, and in her the story for like herself what she has faced, given with the name Saguna here. Saguna in 1895 brilliantly depicts the waves and the advent of Christianity created in the converse and multi-satisfied Indian society of the 19th century. It focused on the conflict between the Indian life and the Christian influence. So here the story begins like uh, Saguna is a daughter of Harishchandra and Radhabai. Radhabai was the mother of Saguna, and the father's name here is Harishchandra. He was Harishchandra was also having a son whose name is Bhaskar here. The Bhaskar is the brother of Saguna. The Bhaskar was also having a good knowledge. He used to say a good stories to Saguna when she was very in the young age, and the elder brother saying the stories, and also the elder sister uh, sharing different stories to Suguna. She remembered a different thing, and after some time what she has seen here is his father is a very like a very good kind of educationist. He has done philosophy, he has read scriptures, and he has read the shastras and all. So they are from the pure Brahman family, right? They are also Hindu and Brahman family background. And instead of having the family background from the Hindu side, he never liked all the scripts whatever he had read from the Hindu background or Hindu holy books. So by some time he has read the Bible also, and after some time when he has read, after some of the years, he when he read Bible, he was very like attracted with the Bible. He want himself to be uh, changing himself, like converting himself to the Christianity side. He didn't like all the scriptures, the philosophy read, the shastras read. He didn't satisfied himself there in his holy book or Hindu books, whatever he read. So now he want to change himself from Hindu to the Christianity. After some time, he changed himself from a Hindu to Christianity, and the wife here, Radhabai, like not accepted him to be converted into the Christian family. But forcibly he changes himself. The family people, the belongings, like their the relatives, they not kept any kind of relations with him as he has changed his religion. It's common if anyone is changing his religion from one to the another part, the people not accept in the that present time. After some time, I will think like the kid we will take it into the granted, but at that moment they were not, they don't want to keep any relations. The family people don't want to keep any relation with them as they have changed themselves into the Christianity. So what happened? Harishchandra and Radhabai took their children and came to the different place where there the Christianity society, the Christian people area was there. They just led their life, and they began to lead a life. After some time, they have like going on. The family was going on well, and suddenly this his father Harishchandra expires. Now, at that time, the Saguna's mother Radhabai takes the responsibilities of children, and she goes on politely. The conditions are going on, and she sees that the Bhaskar also one day he dies off. And after the dying of Bhaskar, now Radhabai decides Saguna to admit into the boarding school. So what she do here, Radhabai wants to admit Suguna in the boarding school, and she uh, gets the admission into the boarding school, and she leaves her there. And there And there she started the formal education. Saguna started her formal education in the boarding school. There she learns everything, like all the different types of educations, whatever they have given in the very finest way, and she gets succeed in the school. And after some time, she comes again back and wants comes back and meets the mother, and she decides there like to be satisfied with the present qualifications. She has done her English in and some different other qualifications she has succeed, and now she wants to go ahead from the doctor's field. Like she selected the medical side. Now she wants to become a doctor, and she want to take admission in the medical college. So by the help of her mother and all, what she has done, she has admitted herself into the medical college, and there she get admission in Madras. And Madras University, it was like Madras, moving to Madras, it was very easy for her, as they were they want to she want to go to the medical side, and very easily she decides and she wants to move to Madras, and she started beginning the journey into the train from Bombay to Madras. And she was in the train sitting in the seat. She met with one of the grand like parents like T.S. Satyananda there. And when she spoke with that person there, they treat that Saguna as their daughter and speaks everything. And Saguna's character was also so very good. They liked her, and T.S. Satyananda makes her Annie. Annie is a wife. Mates like meets with us Annie also. So Saguna and also this Annie meets and speaks very easily. And when she moves to Madras, Saguna moves with the Satyanand only, and she stays back in their home. And when she was staying back in their home and going to the medical college and all, and one time she goes into the depression. The college was going overall good, only one time she goes into the depression, and she was unable to get up from that depression. Suddenly one day, their son, this Annie's son, comes from the uh, Annie's son comes there, and his name is Samuel. Samuel comes with some different types of books in his hand. Okay, uh, and all whatever the books he was having in his hands, different kinds of that all he will give to uh, Saguna. Saguna now, when reading those books, by reading the books and all, and when she meets to Samuel, she recovers little day by day a little bit. And when she recovers day by day little bit, and she was having the marriage like different things of from the marriage side. She don't want to have any getting into the family side and all. She decides like that. And when she meets with this Samuel, now she fall in love with the family with the Samuel there, Saguna, and she wants to marry with Samuel. Samuel is the one where she gets married with Saguna, and Saguna, after finishing the medical education, there she finishes his doctor degree, and again there she didn't satisfied with the doctor degree there. Now she wants to become like teacher and wants to serve to the children, and now there she has started one of the school who teaches specially to the Muslims, and that the name is Zahana. So in there, she started education to the Muslim schools there in Zahana, and like that she leads her life peacefully by becoming a teacher, not a doctor there. Instead of having the doctor degree, but she decided to become a teacher, and she started teaching in the Muslim school. She only she has like she only opened that. She was only inaugurated that school, and she is a teacher in that school, and now she is teaching and she is leading a happy life, and the school name here, that is Zahana there. So this is the end of the story here of Saguna. Okay, I think the Saguna story understood by you. Yes, students, are you all there? Are you all there? Hello,
Yes, ma'am.
you hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you hear the story? It is okay, understood, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
So, who was Saguna? Saguna was the daughter of Harishchandra and
Radhabai.
Radhabai. And who was the brother? Brother's name? Bhaskar. Bhaskar was his brother. Okay. And how many siblings totally over there? 14 siblings. And she was the younger of all. Okay. This is the main thing when you write in the story, you can express like there were the 14 siblings and she was the last one there in the home. Okay. So shall I start this next lesson? That is, what is the next lesson to us is, or shall we start in next class? Okay. So here Samuel is the one who comes from England and he gets married with the Samuel there, and this is the end of the story in the Saguna. And Gurjada Aparo Kanya Sulkam. Shall we start today or shall we start in the next class? How many 6 classes are remaining? So I want to finish up like at least 5 in one day, but today only 4 over, I think. 4 units finished, no? Someone's talking to me, speaking to me just now. Who were that? Let us start the introduction of Gurujada Appara and his story, Kanya Sulka. In short, who is Gurujada Appara? He is a Telugu famous writer. You know, Telugu regional language, one of the language in spoken in Telangana district. Okay, Gurujada Appara. Gurjada Apparao, known to the Telugu as Gurjada, is the most remembered for his play Kanya Sulkam, a play that has stormed the Telugu literary scene with its unique combination of wit and humor, linguistic brilliance, and social relevance. The name of Gurjada is associated with the social reforms movements in the Telugu country at the moment of 19th and the beginning of the 20th century, like the abolition of bride price, widow remarriage, and the anti-Knots movement. Okay, so this is the introduction of Gurujada Appara. As I said, he is a Telugu background writer, and his very very famous written play is Kanya Sulkam. And this is a play I think that is coming to the movie part. I think so. If I too don't watch and I don't watch any Telugu movies. If you anybody watches the Telugu movies, I think so you have seen this play into the Telugu movie in the black and white period. I think so, not now in the colored time. I don't know much about it, but I know the information like it's a play given in the black and white time, like in the if you say 1880s or 1885, like 18 to 1805, 1885, 1985 timeline. Anybody watches Telugu movies here?
Yes, ma'am. Movie is there. Senior NTR acted as a Girisham. Movie is there.
Okay, the name of the movie is?
I'm not sure, ma'am. Maybe that same Kanya Shulkam. I'm not sure, but movie is there.
Yeah, even I don't watch Telugu movies, but I know that there's the Gujara Aparos they have. Hello? The play has been again transformed into the movie and given to the public, like how why the bride price was there, how the patriarchal side, the teaching with the children, especially the girls' children, they are given the prize and by the uh, like boys' family. This all they have given here in the lesson. Also in the movie they have shown. So the gist of it is the main overall gist of this play here is there is one here is one girl who is just about 6 to 8 years old. There she get married to more than 60 to 70 years of old man. And shall I start a story like this or will it come up in the next week?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Shall I
Still
finish
5 minutes
this?
time is. 5 minutes time is there. You can, ma'am.
5 minutes, it will not finish. I think it's a very lengthiest movie. Okay, the characters are there. Different characters are there in the Kanya Sulkam. Like Girisam is one of the man there. Madhuravani is one of the character there. And Saujanya Rao is Pantulu, who is a Pantulu means a Brahman who sits in the mandapam to go through all the rules and regulations of the marriage. Pantulu, I think you know Pantulu means Brahman who sits in the mandapam, and uh, and their parents are there. Okay, so these are the people who are like in the characters. Girisam Garu is also there. So these are all the people who just collectively wants to get this small girl, a very young girl, wants to give like take a good price and sell this girl by the name of marriage to the old man there. And the old man, when he gets married with this young girl, they wants to take the young girl and give a lot of responsibilities in the home where she can't bear on it. She can't like that's the age of dancing and playing. You know, the age of 6 years. What the girl knows, nothing. She doesn't know what is a family, what is a society, what are the parents, what are the grandparents, elder parents. She don't know anything in that small age. This our the mother and father how they wants to be like they want to take like very burden, they feel burden on the shoulders to grow up the children after 6 or 7 years, especially girl child, and they forcibly gets married to any richer families. If any rich people are coming, they simply take a good price and they want to lead the life very peacefully, and they give away the girl in the in the name of marriage there. So here is also the same condition. They want to sell this girl to the old man, and when he ties, you know, ties means Mangal Sutram. The tying word here is Mangal Sutram. When he ties there with this knot, knot means उसको गिटी डालने को, जैसे तेलुगु में क्या बोलते हैं मुझे नहीं मालूम. So not here मतलब जो మూడు ముళ్ళు అంటారు కదా, మూడు
Yes, ma'am.
ముళ్ళు తెలుగులో అంటాము, అది నాట్ మీన్స్ టై కన్నా उसको మూడు ముళ్ళు వేసుకొని పెండి అయిపోయింది తీసుకెళ్ళాలి, లైక్ దట్ దే సే ఇన్ తెలుగు. సో ద నాట్ హియర్ ఈస్ టైయింగ్ ద నాట్ అండ్ టేకింగ్ అవే ద బ్రైడ్ టు ద గ్రూమ్స్ హోమ్ దేర్, and the price is taken by the parents, and the responsibilities are burdened or forcibly forced on the girl there. And in this here, what happens when the marriage of this small girl gets into there, and after some time, there is sooner time uh, the bride dies there only. And when he dies, what she will do without the husband there? And the young girl, with not having any kind of like knowledge of the world, knowledge of the society, how she can lead the life, with whom she will lead the life. This was a very bad and very worst condition, very like you can say pathetic condition of that girl when the husband dies, uh, as soon as she was tied up in a knot. So there one of her relatives, she was very close to that girl, and she wants to settle that girl's life in the better side. So they takes one step there, say like an antidote, you know, like they take one step and want to save that girl. They save, not only save that girl, the total life gets spoiled if they will not stop the girl there. So what they do, they even they want to take her from that place, and by hidingly again taking to the other place, taking to the other side, and keeping her on the safety side. Like this was a one step taken, like from that place they will take that girl and save the life of the girl there, like not to go to that groom's home there, and share all and see the all bad conditions and on bad sides there, when there is no husband, how she can lead the life. So what all happens, we'll see in the next session. I think the time is up. I leave. I will continue the same story in the next coming week, that is next Saturday. What is the Saturday's date? I think it is
15th, ma'am.
15 or 16 or 15.
15th,
So
ma'am. 15th and 16th.
15.
Sunday
So
and Sunday.
both. Okay, Saturday is 15 and 16 is Sunday.
Yes, ma'am.
So this on the coming 16th we will see in detail the Kanya Sulkam of Pujada Appara.
Thank
Okay,
you, ma'am.
we'll meet again. Bye.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.